Testing. Testing. Oh, my mic's over here. Oops. How's this now? This should hopefully sound better. So that explains why it didn't sound very good, because the mic was on. This should hopefully sound better. Was about 5 feet away. Okay, it's kind of funny because I just just now, got a studio notification from Brett asking to stream. Literally 1 minute ago, Brett Hagely, do a stream. Well, Brett, you clearly were reading my mind, because right as I read that message, I was about to push the live button. So, I am currently streaming as an unintended coincidence. I do not see you in the chat just yet, but this is live. So, message, okie dokie. There, Caden's here. And Brett, I'm assuming, will pop up in about the next 30 seconds due to the fact that I've responded to his comment and telling him to stream. And of course, his comment on the actual YouTube video just popped up. So, he will likely be here within the next 15 seconds. So about 15 seconds. Ah, there he is. There he is. Knew it. So he did pop up within the last 15 seconds. So it's funny, dude, because I literally saw your comment right as I pressed the go live button. So with that in mind, I will text Alex and let him know that I am streaming. And we will see if he pops up. And Cameron, I just emailed him. Dang it. I should have told him that I'm also streaming. Oh well. He should see it. We got 3 viewers now. So we've got a third viewer who has not yet popped up in the chat. Wonderful. I ran out of water. Hydration's not that important. So I'll drink some vanilla Pepsi. My desk is a mess. I need to clean up all this stuff. Sunday's a lazy day. Tomorrow I will be going to the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles. That will be fun to get some stuff with my car figured out. So that ought to be a nice little joy. This is my AT&T Note 5. Not sure what battery percentage this is on. I might have shut this off. So that case is there. And that case is here. There he is. Hello. Glad you're in the chat now. Life of the party. By the way, I wanted to wait until you were in the chat to get your reaction to it, but I did find a cordless Dyson listed on Marketplace, and the only thing is it's about an hour and a half away. So I messaged the seller. They want $50 for it. I couldn't tell what version it was, but it has a dual cyclone or a dual row cyclone setup. I forgot which handheld had that setup. I'm also not sure if it'll fit the dock that I have that I told you about, but I will show the 3.2-5 once I finish this sentence. So I messaged seller. They want $50 for it, the charger, and 4 attachments. including the normal combo tool, the crevice E combo tool with the smaller brush on it. Actually, I'll just show you because and then I believe it also had the mattress tool and the stiff bristle brush. Yeah, here we go. Or no, that's not a, wait, is that a dual setup of cyclones? Okay, maybe it's not. But yeah, so it has the crevice tool with the tinier brush, the upholstery tool with the bigger brush, the stiff bristle brush, and the mattress tool. So that's what it looks like. I will screenshot this and send a picture to you of it later. Um, but they want $50 for it. But however, I think I'll still go ahead and do that because if we end up doing that trade and I essentially get the Dyson, in a roundabout way for $50, I think that's perfectly fair because I've sold some Dysons for usually around 60. So it's just, but then again, that's assuming that I get the money and I am able to drive that far. So I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to get it, but I'm saying there is one available, so it is a possibility that we'll be able to do that trade. So I don't want to make any promises because if I don't get it, I don't want you to be disappointed. But yeah, it is a possibility that I might be able to get it. And plus, making a few videos on it, so I'll make not a lot, but I'll make a couple bucks, like literally a couple bucks on it from the video, assuming it blows up like some of the other videos have done. Let's see. So 2 people wanted to see the 3522-5, so I will go grab that. So sorry, my room's a mess again, but yeah, I'll go grab that. And don't make fun of my pants. It was a lazy day. So if I move this over, well, I'm running out of space here. I don't want to drop anything because this is all really expensive stuff that's all sitting here. So S7s, there's my wallet for some reason, and my hedgehog. So there it is. So it looks like that. Got all the attachments and everything. Still in great condition. Hose is really flappy because it's all worn out, but still alright. All the attachments are original. These are all the original attachments. So I've never had to replace any of them. Although, I will say, whenever I did buy this, just like over a decade ago, they had like 3 of these. So I think when I bought it, it's entirely possible that I may have grabbed the attachments from the other ones and put it on the one that I bought. That is entirely possible. I don't remember. I was like 7 years old. I would have been 8 or 9 years old around that time because I got this 2009, 2008. So yeah, I've had this for well over a decade, and it still works perfectly. Motor still sounds extremely healthy. It's still the healthiest sounding motor out of any Bissell that I currently have. And yeah, so if I can grab this and not drop it, might be able to see the sticker. I don't know if it'll focus on that. This isn't that heavy, but when you're holding it at this angle, it's kind of heavy. So it's a 3522-5. And yeah, so can you plug it in? No, my dad's watching TV. Besides, you've seen the videos, you know what it sounds like. Like I said, I will do a video at some point, whenever, like during the day, where I'll just run all my vacuums at once. So I don't have to do multiple videos on each one of them again, because I've already made videos on all of them. The only one that I haven't made a demo video on was the Fury. But I've made demo videos on all the other machines. Oh, and the low reach. I don't think I did a video on the low reach. I did a video on the DC-14. But yeah, sorry guys. I would plug it in, but it's late now, and well, I mean, I guess it's not that late, but it's mainly just because my dad's watching TV and I don't want to bug him. If I was alone right now, I probably would go ahead and plug it in, just because if I only run it for a few seconds, it shouldn't matter. But I don't want to distract from the movie or whatever it is he's watching. I can hear the TV in the other room. But yeah, so that's that. Sorry about that, but I will run it at some point. And like I said, some point recently, because again, I've already get your big green and compare it, please. Thanks. Well, that's in the closet. I don't want to go grab that. This has some dust on it. It's been sitting in my closet for a while. It also has, that's probably Louisville dust on it. Let's see. And then they want to see the Cleanview 8975. That's in the other room too. Ask to see one of the vacuums that's in the closet. Oh, someone's happy. But yeah, if my room was like the slightest bit cleaner and I could handle that space, I need to get rid of that chair. That chair's just taking up space. Then I would. But yeah, in the room I have the new Power Force. The new Power Force, both the Power Glides, the Fury, the Cleanview 2, the Low Reach, and the Destiny Plus. Can you please? Okay, fine. Fine, I'll go get both of those. Stories tell the same generation. Alright, so here is the 8975. It's very gross and in need of some work. It's got the wrong crevice tool on it. Oh, something just popped. So that thing really needs a cleaning. As well as the fact the motor's obviously going bad in it. And here's the big green. So that looks like that. And of course, I bought this one brand new, so it has all the attachments and everything. So there's that. And yeah, that's those. Intelitech, did I show you my 3522-6? I don't know, I haven't looked at your channel recently. But yeah. So, sir, today is my birthday today. Happy birthday, Steven. Happy birthday. Fantastic. Cool Dyson, yeah. Oh, Alex, I just realized you're getting a fursuit, right? If that's the case, then I will definitely bring my low reach because a picture of Alex vacuuming with a low reach is something that I need to have. That is a picture that needs to exist. Even though, dang, the low reach would. If only the handle and the hose were correct on it, and if only it wasn't like so brittle because the damn thing's from like 2003 or something, and the colored plastic always aged way worse than. See, like your silver DC-14 aged very beautifully because the plastic on those is a lot stronger, so they age a lot better. They're not nearly as brittle as the special colored plastics that Dyson used on the 07s and the 14s. I've also seen like on the really early DC-07s, the ones that are made in the UK ones, made in the UK. Those ones really get brittle, and also the like obviously all the 01s, the 04s, the 03s, they all are super brittle. So let's see. Oh, sent a bunch of photos. Okay, you wanted me to send some pictures. Oh yeah, you wanted me to send some uh back. Yeah, all my vacuums in my room. Show everyone. Okay. So here's all of Alex's vacuums. So there's an old Hoover convertible and an Electrolux of some kind. I used to have one of those years ago, the old Electroluxes. And then here's his other. Let's see. There's a second picture. In it, we've got that same Electrolux, or no, is that a different Electrolux? Well, it's an Electrolux nonetheless. We've got some type of canister vacuum. I believe that's a. Oh, I actually can't think of the name. We got a Eureka Airspeed. We got a Shark Navigator. Both those are fantastic vacuums that I absolutely love, and I just absolutely do have no issues with those vacuum cleaners. And then we also have a Phantom Thunder, a Rainbow. That's a Rainbow, right? Yeah, it's a Rainbow, and then a Shark Rocket vacuum, which I did see one of those on Marketplace too. I didn't bother to ask you about it since you already had one, but there is one of those too. And then, of course, in this, we have another canister, which looks different than the other one. And then we've got the DC-14 Total Clean, the DC-07 Animal, the DC-39 Multifloor, the DC... Or no, that's the V5? V5, right? Oh, that's a Hoover. Okay. Then there's the V5. That's called the V5, right? That's the one, the pink one. And then we've got the little Singer handheld vac and the Dirt Devil Ultra hand vac, which I've owned one of those too. Actually, I think I've owned both of those little hand vacs. Nice vacuums, Alex. Yes, indeed. Kobe Bryant. Oh, no, I forgot about Kobe Bryant. Yeah, that sucks. I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about sports, but I knew Kobe Bryant was apparently really, really awesome. So, yeah, I'm very uninformed on sports wise, but nevertheless, anytime anyone dies, popular or not, that's still really really upsetting. But obviously, if it's someone who's famous, that dies and affects a lot more people, because well, they were known by a lot more people and loved by a lot more people. That's kind of like how I was. Understandably, a lot of people probably are reacting to a similar way to Kobe Bryant as I was reacting to Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell, which both of those deaths, especially the former, hit me very, very hard. Although that's how I actually ended up discovering the fandom, is because of Chester's death partially. because that was right around the time that I created the rough draft for my persona. And that fandom has saved my life, so I definitely cannot give enough credit to the fandom, because pretty much so many people in the fandom have pretty much have been so sweet to me whenever like I had nobody else. And yeah, it also led to me meeting my abusive ex, but I mean, hey, I can't, you win some, you lose some. And I made a lot more friends than I lost for sure. So I'm absolutely, including Alex. So I'm very, very happy about that, even if it did kind of initially stem from something negative. But yeah, so I would imagine a lot of people are probably grieving pretty hard about Kobe Bryant, and of course, my thoughts extend to all of them and to his family and everything, and of course, it's everyone else who was kind of around him and really missed him. So, that's with any human being, but still, I think it's important to say that, because sometimes people maybe don't. So, you know, my heart goes out to his family and everything, yeah. So, I don't really have much else to say, because I didn't really know the guy all that well. I knew that he was like a really fancy sports player, but that's about it. Or at least that's all I knew about him. That's about it. So, yeah. Vacuums, what's it called? Hey, dude, it's Ruby. Oh, Ruby. I think I remember. Yeah, I remember the name. Um, yeah, so he died. Yeah, that's true. He died in a helicopter crash. Or was it, yeah, some type of plane crash? It might have been a helicopter crash. Hey, Super Mario. Yeah, your airspeed was free. Don't hate. I'm not hating. Okay, I am hating, but for free, I'm definitely not hating. I mean, cause hell, I mean, a free turd is still a free turd, right? And I can't really talk crap on the airspeed because I never used one. At least not extensively. So it's probably a really good machine. Obviously, since it's known to clean better than Dyson, not that that's a huge margin, but it's still something. It's still something to be proud of. It's definitely oh, it's not a shark rocket, it's Abyssal stick vac. Okay, that's interesting. Huh? It looked like a shark rocket to me. But yeah, the Eureka airspeed seems like it's pretty all right. I mean, it's probably the most premium thing Eureka's ever made for sure. I think those still retailed for like $150, right? Something like that. Hoping to see a video of the CleanView 8975 versus the PowerForce 3522-5. I was actually planning on I did that video with my PowerTrack CleanView. And I also did it with the CleanView PowerTrack against the Dyson DC-14. So I did do those videos, just not with this specific CleanView, which this is my third CleanView that I've had in the past few years, because the PowerTrack was my first one. Then I had the other 8975 that I've since gotten rid of, and then now I have this one that I got from a friend of mine. And I still need to bring him back his vacuum. Wow, I'm so forgetful. Someone could just totally just make a compilation of me just constantly talking about things that I've forgotten. Whenever or if I ever get big enough to do that, then someone will probably make a video like that. And who knows, I might even clip out this part to start the video, which is fine. I acknowledge I'm a forgetful person. In fact, I'm always very quick to say that I'm forgetful, because I always find it frustrating whenever people don't they ironically forget that I'm forgetful and then get mad at me for not remembering something. It's like, I told you I was part. Oh Jesus, excuse me. I told you I probably wasn't gonna remember it. But I don't know. People just is what it is. Let's see. Would you consider a Honda Fit? I wouldn't consider any car at this point. I love my Avalon. It gets the job done. It gets me from point A to point B. It has wonderful heated seats. The stereo is dope. The speakers are awesome. The trunk has plenty of room in it. It's a relatively common looking color that doesn't pull attention to it, but it has accents to where I can figure out where it is in a parking lot. And that's it. I love it. It's a good car. So, yeah, I have no desire to replace my car. Plus, obviously, I just put a good $2,000 into this car, and tomorrow I'm gonna put another 150 in it, 151 to be exact with tax, to renew the title on it. And yeah, Do you think the Honda Fit is ridiculous? I've never seen the Honda Fit. I will Google that. Let's see. I'm going to pop out of the chat. Maybe it won't screw up this time. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to switch to the full capture. And let's look this up. Let's see. Honda Fit. Let's see. 2020 Honda Fit. Subcompact. Wait a minute. Subcompact? So it's not compact. It's either compact or it's not compact. It's subcompact. And it's a Toyota. It'll run forever. Yeah, I love... See, Toyota is fantastic. I mean, granted, I've only had one Toyota car, but I think that kind of speaks on its own. I've had one Toyota car. I've never had to do anything to it, other than obvious maintenance. I've replaced the battery, the alternator, the front brakes, obviously the title, though that's not really a part. And I got it detailed. I think that's it. I think that's all I've done. Oh, and I replaced the windshield wipers. I think that's everything I've done to that car. I don't think I've done anything else to it. And yeah, well, obviously get like normal crap like getting new plates for it, although I didn't get the plates for it. But whenever I renew the title tomorrow, I believe I'll also be getting new plates. I could be wrong though, but I think that's what happens. I think I also get new plates with that, or maybe I have to buy new plates. So I think that's added to the cost, so it actually might be upwards of like 200. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Oh, camera's here. Yes. Wonderful. My mom has a Tesla Model X. Oh my God. I do really, really want a Tesla. See, for the last at least 5, if not 10 years, has Tesla been around for 10 years? However long Tesla's been around, and I've been aware of Tesla, I've said that in the future, if I become successful enough to be able to afford a garage that can hold multiple cars and buy multiple cars, that I'm going to be that douchebag who's going to have an old school El Camino, like a, you know, like a light blue or like a dark blue with orange accent El Camino, because that's my color scheme, is dark blue with orange accents. I will have an old school El Camino. The year and all that stuff, I don't really care too much. Just an El Camino. I'm not that picky. Just a mint condition, perfectly running El Camino. And then I might retrofit some features. Like I might retrofit like a new stereo or something in it. I don't know if I can. I don't know exactly if El Caminos let you do that. And I will have a Tesla Model S. Not the Cybertruck. I don't want the Cybertruck. Obviously, the El Camino is close enough to a truck. And I'll have the Tesla Model S. Or I guess the Model X could work well, but just one of the high-end Teslas. So if I was going to have my ideal garage, it would have an El Camino next to a Tesla. And I've said that for like the past decade. And I still stand by that. Because I usually don't like the old school stuff when it comes to like, you know, what's a part of like certain culture and stuff. But the El Camino is the one exception to that. I don't know what it is about the El Camino that I just absolutely love. I also love like the Firebird and stuff like that. Like the Firebird's a wonderful car. And, you know, there's a few others. Obviously, like I know nothing about cars. So it's just like my extent of car knowledge is just, oh, that car looks pretty. I want it. But, you know, and also I'm going to keep running my Avalon until it runs into the ground. And then I'll still probably keep, because I would honestly rather spend money to fix my current car than buy a new one, even if I had the money to buy a new one, just because it's less wasteful. It's kind of like my same logic with cell phones. I mean, I've upgraded all my cell phones and stuff, although I'm not going to get the Note 10. I'm still going to keep rocking the Note 9 until that thing burns into the ground, or unless I just get a really good deal on a Note 10. But yeah, HPAD drives a Kia Soul. Yeah, I think that's right. And yeah, I really want the Kia Soul right now, but not right now, so I don't technically need an SUV. See, I'm not a fan of SUVs. Like I know, like I know some of my cousins drive SUVs, like just nothing but SUVs, but I just like normal cars. Which mine's like the Avalon is like a pretty high-end, like sporty type vehicle. I believe it was competing with like some of the higher-end vehicles back in 2003. I don't know if the Avalon name is still around. It might be. Let's see. Toyo. Well, Avalon doesn't show up in the in the recommended. Ah, here we go. Here's, oh my God, here's a 2020 Avalon. Oh, that's kind of cool. Although honestly, I like on first impressions, I honestly like the look of mine better. I don't like that really weird. It looks like a weird face on the front of it. Do they make blue app? Oh, oh, they're even hybrids now. That's really cool. Is that photoshopped? That looks photoshopped. I love that color though. Okay, I really do like this car. And look at that, it's only $34,204. If it was $34,000 less, I would buy it. But yeah, 34,000. Jeez, never, never, ever, 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 ever buy a new car. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. If there's one thing you've ever learned from my channel, do not buy a new car. And even me, as knowing nothing about cars, I can tell you that. Never, ever, ever buy a new car. See, a cell phone's one thing, where you buy a brand new cell phone, and then like the moment you take it out of the box, it's worth half as much. But a car, with how expensive they are, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let's see. Sub to Plain Rock 124. You're late to the party. I subbed to Plain Rock 124 when he had like 100 subscribers. So yeah, you are late to the Plain Rock 124 game. He is blowing up like crazy. I would love to do a collab with that dude. He's a really cool dude. Although my channel is so, his channel's been growing so much more. There was a point when we were very similar to our subscriber counts, but that was like years ago. So yeah, and obviously at that point I was still barely not a kid, but yeah. Um, let's see. Can you look up Bizzle Clean 8975 motor on eBay? I already did. They're never on eBay, but some vacuum parts websites may sometimes keep them in stock, but I'm not sure how much I trust those. Nevertheless, I'll still try to pick one up eventually. Ah, Buster's in the chat. Yay, you're here. We got a decent number of people in the chat today. It seems like Sundays, because I think last Sunday was the same story, wasn't it? Where we had a ton of people in the chat last Sunday. So it looks like Sunday seems to be the best day to stream. But yeah, Toyotas run forever. At least mine does. The brakes were kind of squeaky. And honestly, I don't know if it's the brakes, but I still sometimes hear like a weird noise coming from my car. So maybe the back brakes could be... I know they checked the back brakes and said that they were good for a while, but, you know, obviously the front brakes went out, so... They didn't go out. Like, the ones on my dad's truck, they went out. Like, he was driving one day and the brake line just snapped. So, or something to that effect. Thankfully, we were just away from, like, a family get-together, and we were, like, 5 minutes from our house. So, thankfully, we were able to coast the rest of the way before we got home. Let's see. I subbed to him 800K. Oh my God, is he at 800,000 now? No way. No way. That cannot be true. If it is, fantastic. He deserves it, but seriously, okay, that's gotta be crap. There's no way he's grown that much. Oh, really? Oh, ew, DC28. Let's see, actually, he's somewhere in my subscriber count. Oh my God, look at all my subscriptions. 427 more. Wow. Oh my Jesus. So many people I haven't watched in years. Yeah, okay, what am I looking for? Plain Rock 124. So I gotta scroll down to the P's. Plain Rock 124. Plain Rock 124. Where is it? Plain Rock 124. Plain Rock 124. Ah, here we go. What is this dude at? Oh my God. Oh my God. He is almost in a million. Oh my God. Are you serious? He's at 958,000. Oh my God. He is blowing up like crazy. I remember just a few years ago, he was like at the point that I am now. Wow. That is insane. I think it's safe to say that he is easily the most successful tech destruction channel outside of like Tech Racks or something like Tech Racks or Gizmo Slip. But yeah, because like you got the smaller channels like you got obviously back when I did more destruction videos. You got like you got Hunt, you got like HPad, you've got Smash Things One, you've got the smaller guys, which I'm friends with all those guys. I love them to death, but they haven't really grown all that much. Um, I think all of them still have more subs than I do though. So I think they're all have been more successful than I am, subscriber count wise and view wise probably. But as far as like smashing channels, they're kind of lower tier. Then you got like Plain Rock 124, you got Garrett Claridge, you got who else is even in that mid tier category? Um, I guess like backup channels to, like the higher ends, like the secondary channels to like Gizmo Slip and stuff like that. And then you've got like everything Apple Pro when he does like drop tests and stuff. Then you've got Gizmo Slip, you've got Tech Racks, you've got McJuggernuggets. I guess you could throw in there as well. Although I think he's been falling recently because he just quit YouTube the other day and he's doing Storyfire now, which makes me sad because man, I watched McJuggernuggets back when obviously the Psycho series was still his main thing, and he was still trying to convince everyone that it was real. Wow. Okay. Of course Cameron likes vacuums. That's literally all he, or at least that's most of what I saw on his channel. He does mostly. He does a lot more vacuum videos than I do, honestly. So yeah, he likes vacuum. I would say it's safe to say he likes vacuums more than I do because he has more than I do, and he's kind of more. He seems to be more look for or into it. Hey Trace, question: look for a Dyson cordless that has a carpet head and wand. I did. I already did, but that handheld was the only one that I found. Although you can probably find the carpet head and stuff separately. Although, oh no, you would need a special one that has the connector for it, right? I, that's actually I didn't even think about that. But yeah, so there's none of them that have that part. We have one at work, but it's obviously not for sale. And let's see, we got a lot of traction because the Tanacon. Oh, he got a lot of traction because of the Tanacon issues from Tanacon. Oh yeah, I know he did show up in a Jax Films video. I just saw that video actually earlier today. I was like, oh my god, Plain Rock vlogs showed up in that Jax Films video. I don't know how he relates to Shane Dawson though. They didn't shout him out, but his tweets and snippets from video. Yeah, exactly. That's what I just said. Yeah, so which is basically a shout out when you're that big. When you're Jax Films, I mean, come on. That's why I've been real because I submit a ton of questions for Yai, and I've answered pretty good on some of them, but I still have never showed up in the any of the videos. At least I have shown up in other people's videos, like sort of ish higher end YouTube's videos. I don't know. See, I just saw Hugh Jeffrey's video where he did the Note 8, where he did the Note 8 restoration, and he finally said, "Okay, the next video is going to be me doing these two Galaxy Note 7s." So that's really cool. So I think that will probably give me a pretty decent bump. Um, because I mean, yeah, I helped him out with that for quite a while. I was also going to help Barnacles Nerdgasm fix his Note 7, but he never got around to doing that. He still has it as far as I know, but he just never has had the time to actually help me talk him through it and get it working again from the software restriction. But yeah, so those two new Note 7s, I've been helping Hugh Jeffries with that for like the better part of like a good 3 or 4 months now. Because I think you first sent me an email in like I think September or October. So it's been a while, and it's been kind of a long drawn out process because of course he's plus he's in Australia, so obviously I have to send him emails like 2 o'clock in the afternoon unless he waits to respond to them. So, but yeah, I've been helping. And Hugh Jeffries at this. What's Hugh Jeffries at? Let me check Hugh Jeffries. I don't know how. I forgot how many subs he's at, but oh yeah, he's at 340s. Yeah. So and here's that Note 8 video, and but yeah, he's at 340 thousand subscribers. So if he gives me like any kind of shout out, like he doesn't have to, obviously, like because I just helped him out. I didn't help him out like expecting to get anything from it. I just wanted to help him get them working. But you know, I'm assuming he would credit me for it because I helped him get it working.
The screen has suffered a large impact on the right-hand side of the screen, causing the OLED screen to flicker and glitch out. The back of the phone is also cracked and in need of clean remove. It's a hit. Samsung Galaxy Note 8 64GB in excellent condition. While the display and frame is used, it is in good condition. However, it does have some light scratches that are visible in broken conditions. I also
There we go.
have two Samsung Galaxy Note 7 phones that I'll be restoring very soon as well.
Yep.
As you can see, the Note 8 is significantly different than the Note 7, both in its design.
Yeah. So this Note 7, actually, so you can see in this video, you can see it has a 60% limit. It currently does not have that limit anymore, from what I recall, because I helped this. I believe this was the AT&T one. Yeah. So this one, we did manage to get a older firmware on it that restored it back to 100%. It still has the recall message, but it doesn't pull up the thing. And then now his black one, which restored, now has some type of let's see. I think it got FRP locked again. So yeah, so that Note 7 is I think is FRP locked. Did I ever? I don't know if I ever figured. I don't think if I figured out that FRP lock yet, because I'm still trying to work on that FRP lock. But the silver Note 7 is definitely ready now, and he managed to get a new display. He had an issue with the first display where it wasn't detecting the S Pen input on the silver one, the replacement display. So where it wasn't detecting the S Pen input, and then there was an issue where I think the replacement batteries were not doing very well, or I forgot, it was something. I think it was just the display actually that was having issues on the silver unit, and the black one. I'm all going based off memory here, so I could be confusing the two or remembering it wrong. But the black one had a lock on it, and it also was believed to be on. Was that one on 60%? Crap, I don't remember. But either way, I know we got this silver one out of, or no, that one was on 0%, I think. And that one got down because I spent a long time trying to track down the firmware for the Verizon variant, and then I kept sending him new links to the firmware, and I kept testing them on my own, and then I finally got him one. That's the one that I actually used to just restore my own Note 7, so I know it works because I used it to restore my Note 7, and that restored his. But then he said there was an issue with it, and then it like reset itself, and then had an FRP lock on it. So it's been a frustrating ordeal, but it's still been really fun nonetheless, and it's been really cool being able to help him out with that, at least try to. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to those restoration videos, and I don't really know if I would get any sort of substantial bump from that, but even if I didn't, like I'm still happy to help him out with it. You know, since otherwise, those phones are just not, not going to be in the best condition anymore. Let's see. But yeah. Can you look up Hoover SteamVac Runabout? I don't really want to.
And in its battery technology, which is probably for the best. And on that note, this has been a Hugh Jeffries video. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button and consider checking out the phone restoration playlist for more videos just like this one. Also, make sure to follow me on my social media, link for which is down in the description. That's all for this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Interesting. Look up the pro team pro for nah. Let's see. I am going to check my emails real quick because I actually want to see what was it that I was. Oh no, not September. So it says November. Yes. So November 9th is when we started working on these. Actually, no, it was the AT&T ROM that I was having trouble with finding, not the Verizon one. Let's see. Dead or links. Okay, yes, so we did get the... So the AT&T one is fixed. Dang it. Since S7 you can solve. Yes, no charge limit. I think it's trying that firm or something. This one, the 0% charge limit. Yeah, so the last I heard from him. Oh yeah, see you next live stream. Yeah, so the last thing that I sent to Hugh was the was I was asking him whether or not he had the original battery or the replacement battery in it to determine whether or not, because he thinks that the black one might have the 0%, but I was like, it depends on what it's doing. Because if the black one has the 0%, then I'll have to. I'm trying to, and I'm still really gonna, because I know I've done, and actually, have I ever done an FRP pass on a Note 7? Crap, because I actually think the one that I got was FRP left. I think I got the person's information, but he wasn't able to get the person's information, or get them to unlock the phone. So I believe it's still FRP bypass. So I need to figure out a way through that. It's weird because I was able to unlock an S7 and a Note 8 that was FRP bypass, but I'm still struggling with the Note 7. I don't know why, even though the S7 was on the same firmware as the Note 7, minus a couple security patches here and there, and obviously the different UIs, but it's still Android 6. Macaulay Culkin. Oh yeah, I watched that. Wow. But yeah. Hmm. Let's go back to the camera capture. You can see my beautiful face. Not really. So we've got 8 concurrent viewers. But yeah, so good night, Cameron. Have a great night. I also sent you an email about the PlayStation stuff. So, hope you saw that. If not, I guess I'll have to send another email. Let's see, can you look up Snow Pro Team? Do you want to see the videos I made? Blah, blah. What was the thing you did not like about your 352-5? Like any of the Bissells, the filtration. But the bag ones are a lot better than the bagless. Like, I'm not kidding. I ran my Power Force bagged, and like I haven't had to wash the filter, the premotor filter, in years. because it just never gets dirty. Especially with the HEPA bags, it just still squeaky clean. Just everything just gets trapped in the bag, and which is really good. So you gotta go, man. See you in the next live stream. Goodbye. I like your 3522-5. I do as well. It's a very nice vacuum. It's very, very, very nice. So yeah, that is good. Let's see. I use Bissell Style 7. Well, obviously, well, yeah, of course you use Bissell Style 7 bags. Although I think some people said to use Hoover Y bags, but don't do that. They're not designed for that. I guess like in a pinch, yeah, versus running it with no bag, obviously. But still, it's better to do it with, with no bags other than the ones that are supposed to go in it. So tweezers. Do 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 do. What is the best bags? The best bags that I've used are the Clean Fairy bags. Here I will switch to my load up a new tab and go to Amazon. Let's see, Bissell Style 7 bags. So if we look here, these. Wait, where are the Clean Fairy HEPA ones? Okay, thank goodness. I was like, oh no, are like my favorite bags like gone now? But yeah, so these are the best bags. This is the Clean Fairy HEPA bags. They do make normal bags, normal paper bags. I don't know why you would buy those. Granted, they're much cheaper. You get 20. See, never buy those bags from Walmart because they're really badly overpriced. Here on Amazon, you can get see, because like Walmart, they want for the Febreze bags. Yeah, like look at this. This is 3 bags, and they want $15 for it. In Walmart, they want like $7 for 3 bags, $7 or $8. Actually, it's more like $10 for 3 bags. And see, like this, like here's 3 bags for $12. That's ridiculous. Clean Fairy, if you don't. Now, I always recommend HEPA bags. Don't ever not buy HEPA bags if given the option, in my opinion. But if for some reason that $8 is just really stretching your wallet, then they do have standard bags. And again, this is the Clean Fairy brand. I've never tried these ones, but I tried the HEPA ones. These are the ones that I recommend. So I don't know about these, but if you want to try those, for $13 you get 20 bags. Let me repeat. For $13 with Prime shipping, you get 20 bags. And as you can see, it's for Power Force, Power Glide, Power Groom, Power Track, all that stuff. All the bagged Bissell Style 7 machines. So, but I get these. These are the ones. Can you get microfiber bags? I forgot what microfiber means, but these are like cloth, right? So these are like microfiber. Yeah. So, Caden, please stop telling me to keep the CleanView 8975 as my daily driver. I've already told you that no, that's not, that I need to replace the motor first. And also, I wouldn't use that as a daily driver because of how bad the filters are. But I still like having it. Let's see. So these are the bags that I use. The Clean Fairy vacuum bags. They're HEPA. These are HEPA Bissell Style 7 bags. I remember an old video where Phantom Lightning did a video on the Power Glide Platinum. And I think he also did a video on the old Power Force and the new Power Force. The old as in the newest old one. And in all those videos, he was like, oh, I'm using a Hoover Y HEPA bag because I don't know where to find Style 7 HEPA bags. And I'm like, dude, they're right here. So Clean Fairy, these are Style 7 HEPA bags. Well, Style 1 and 7 HEPA bags. 20 of them for $19. $19. That's $1 a piece per bags. With Prime shipping, right? Yeah, free shipping. Yeah, with Amazon Prime. And I have, for some reason, I'm not signed in. But yeah, Prime shipping. Prime shipping. $19. 20 HEPA bags. 20 HEPA bags. And it's weird how like they only have 20 packs because you can see it says 10 bags. So when you buy this, you just get 2 packs of 10 bags, which is weird because I just realized it says 20 bags per pack. But this clearly says 10 bags, but they include 2 of them, so you do get 20 bags. You get 20 bags. 20 bags for 19 bucks. That is fantastic. And I bought one of these. Hold on, let me switch back to my CamCab because I want to see. I want to sign into my Amazon and see how long ago I bought this. Because I am still running the same, like I still have like 2 bags left of this 20 pack, and that includes, selling off various machines with the bags in them. So obviously if I was just using them for personal use. See, like, look at this. Oh my god, look at this. So, look at this. So I purchased this January 10th, 2019. So I have had this pack of bags for a year. And also, remember, I have multiple machines. So there are several machines that are sitting with these brand new bags sitting in them and unused or partially used. So if I was a normal person who had one machine that I used as a daily driver and I was using it normally, this pack of bags would easily last a year and a half. At least a year and a half. So think about that. Every 3 years of using your vacuum, you pay less than 20 bucks. Let's just say you pay 20 bucks. You pay 20 bucks a year, 20 bucks every 3 years. And no, 40 bucks every 3 years if you buy 2 of these, if you buy 40 bags. But again, that's with normal use, this will easily last you 2 years. A 10 pack should easily last you a year. Oh, we got another troll in the chat. So we got a knockoff Vacmaster the Great. At least I think that's a knockoff. Yeah, the real Vacmaster the Great would never ask that question. So yes, got another fake person in the chat. I caught it immediately. But yeah, so that's good. Did Alex go to sleep or is he still awake? Huh. Anyways, but yeah, so this is what I recommend. Anytime you need to get some Style 7 bags, because these are fantastic. I'm officially endorsing these because I've never had an issue with these. They're really good quality. They seal very well. I've ran some of my machines for months at a time and not a single speck of dust in the bag door. So yeah. You can see 5-layer HEPA cloth bag. Yeah, so I was right. These are cloth bags, synthetic cloth bags. 99.7% high efficiency filtration. Oh, put a link to them here. Yes. So I need to get. I wish I could get my Amazon affiliate links open again because I would love it if I could actually. If I could actually. Like make like some type of commission on these would be really cool because I legitimately do really like these. These are fantastic. So I will copy and I will link these right there. See if that opens in the correct link. There we go. Okay, so that does open in the correct link. Okay, great. So That is the bags that I recommend, and I think they're fantastic. Ooh, Windows XP. Oh, blue screen. Nope. Another fake channel. Fake stars. Stars 1976. There we go. They really need to get better at hiding these fake channels. Someone clearly just like keeps making new channels. It needs to let me just block the actual email. Because I believe this is the same person just constantly making new YouTube accounts on the other same Gmail. But then I guess that wouldn't stop the person from just making new Gmail accounts. I don't know. People are just really stupid. And just like I just constantly have, just constantly have nothing better to do with their lives. But yeah, here's Windows XP. Windows XP, isn't it fancy? Google Chrome. But yeah, Alex is indeed here. Okay, I'm just making sure. You were a little bit quiet. Uber icon. Longhorn sidebar. Task switch XP. What's this? Is Google Chrome not going to open? My gosh. By the way, if any of you guys use Google Chrome, you should download my Chrome theme. It's called Neon Space Glass. I'm still awake, Trace. Good. I'm glad you are. Let's see. But yeah, so everyone, if you use Google Chrome, any version of Google Chrome, download my theme. It looks like this. It's called Neon Space Glass. There we go. It's loading now. This is Windows XP, so it's kind of slow. But yeah, so it's called Neon Space Glass. It's on the Chrome theme store. So if you use Chrome on desktop, then yeah, download my theme. So, Jesus, so slow. Oh my God. See, this weird message is like that long. And it's always been like that. Let's see, turn off the computer. Turn off. Windows XP in 2020. Yes. So that definitely is something I'd like to do, because I am going to do a video on Windows 7. I promise to do a video on Windows Vista and Windows XP. I'm just falling behind with all the videos I want to do. See, there's so many videos I want to do, but it's just like stupid motivation. It's like bad. Because I still haven't finished my laptop review, even though like I'm a script writing machine. Oh my. That sounded really weird. But yeah, so this is shutting down. Oh, Windows 98 second edition. Let's see. We got all these different virtual machines. Windows 2000, which is kind of broken. Ubuntu. These trollers need stop. They do, but obviously if you give them attention, then they will continue to do it because they like the attention. So just ignore them and block them and move on. So, speaking of motivation, there's a... What was this? I forgot what this was. I think it was a song of some kind. Whatever. Let's see. Windows XP. Oh my God. What do you mean it's still powered on? No, it's not. Power off. There we go. Go away. Who's still up in the chat? Roll call time. I'm obviously still up because I'm up sitting in this chair. Also, did I mention that I got that iPhone 6 Plus fixed? So, It is working now with all my stuff on it, all my accounts. You can see all my beautiful apps. iPhone 6 Plus. Oh, that's not right. Try again. Why is my thumbprint not working? What? Okay. Buster's still up. Yay, he's good. It's wonderful. Oh, what did I just open? Oh, I opened up AdSense. How much money did I make? Oh my god. That's cool. Let's see. And you can use that phone for vacuum videos, right? Huh? I mean, I could, but why would I when my Note 9 is a much better camera than the 6 Plus? The 6 Plus came out 4 years before. Yeah, you use an iPhone, but you use an 8 Plus. Obviously, the 8 Plus is going to be significantly worse than a 6 Plus. So, yeah. My mom loves the Powerlifter bag, man. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Can't beat the price for that vacuum. There actually was someone selling one recently, but it was missing all the attachments, so there was like no point to getting it. I use iPhone for videos. Note 9. Yeah, I use a Note 9. Well, I mean, that's my main phone, so yeah, I film with it. But I also sometimes will film with other phones, like during drop tests and stuff, um, which is cool. I never use a 6 Plus, though. Maybe a 6 Plus would probably do pretty good for slow-mo. But I also have a 6S, and that would obviously do better than the 6 Plus. Minus, like, not having OIS. But I do have a 6S Plus, but I don't really use it because it's, you know... Well, I don't know why I don't use it. But yeah, so yeah, that's the 6S Plus, and then in my hand I got the 6 Plus. So I got the 6 Plus and the 6S Plus. The 6S Plus looks brand new. But the 6 Plus has some scratches and dents on the corners. Also, it has like this little thing where the display kind of pops out. $56 at Walmart, plus the Febreze bags have the house smelling amazing. Well, I'm glad about that. Well, once you run out of those Febreze bags, see, here's the thing. Well, then again, I just realized the new Power Forces don't let you change the post-motor filters. Dang it. See, in the old Power Forces, I always told people, get these HEPA bags and then get a Febreze filter if you really want the Febreze. Or honestly, just spray some Febreze after you vacuum. Because that's obviously, because then you can use that Febreze on everything, and it's not an overpriced bag or filter. The 8 Plus has 2 cameras, that's true. So does the Note 8, and the S9 Plus, and the Note 9. Of which I have the Note 9. Oh, and the Note 8. I do have a Note 8. It's kind of cracked. It's very cracked. Yeah, it's very, very, very cracked. I'll look into that, boss. Yeah, no problem. Like, I just dropped a link in the chat. With that Amazon link are the bags. So just scroll up a little bit and buy some of those bags. So that way you have some bags. And they're HEPA bags too. So the machine will last a lot longer with those HEPA bags because you're not pulling that chemical scent through the motor, and you're also having much better quality bags that have better filtration, which will also increase the life of the motor. I mean, that thing will probably never die by itself, because the only reason the Bissell vacuums die is because of all the crap that goes through the motors. That's why they get so loud and gross and stop working. That's why the clean views are so bad, because the filtration of the clean views are horrible. All right, I will go to GameStop and get more Xbox One games. Interesting. Yeah, GameStop's about to go out of business for sure. I think they're about to file for bankruptcy within like the next couple years for sure. I know they made a new GameStop where they're a lot better, but yeah. Anything is better than a Dust Devil. Yeah, I guess. I have a Dirt Devil right here. It sucks. Well, it does now because I fixed it. Oh, that just lagged. I remember I did the video on this. Oops, I just did the shake thing. Digital downloads make everything obsolete. I will, thanks. Yep. Hi, a toxic? Yes. Interesting. Yeah, so. I'm yawning like crazy. I slept really good last night though, but I don't know why I'm tired. I didn't do anything today. It was kind of a lazy day. Tomorrow I got some errands and stuff to do, and I'll also try to get a video out. I'm trying to see my goal with as far as my goal right now as far as promising videos is just under promise and over deliver. Under promise, over deliver. Oh, by the way, I also fixed that S6 Edge. Where is it? Oh yeah, this Galaxy S6 Edge that was Google locked. I was able to get or was it Google locked? No, it was pin locked, and I was able to get past that. So only reason I have discs is to show off the cases. Yeah. So there's a Galaxy S6 Edge. It's kind of cracked. It's a little bit cracked, but it still works. I turn it on. See, it has a pink line going down it, but it still works. Do 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 do. Oop, there we go. Galaxy S6 Edge. Look at that. Works perfectly. See it? Wonderful, right? 9 times out of 10, you're just buying a phone with a refurbished screen. I think buying refurbished phones are a way better investment than new. Yeah. Well, buying a new phone is never an investment. Unless it's something like super rare, then it could be an investment. Like if you bought a Note 7, for example, and you kept that in the box unlocked, I've seen those go for like $2,800. It's the Galaxy S6 Edge. Never lease your phones, because that's even worse. Because then you're just like buying a brand new phone, but then you have to give it back to the company when you're done. That's honestly it's just a scam. But next Saturday I'm going to Dallas, Oregon, because you can always get the latest model after trading in. Yeah, but then you just paid for the entire phone. You just paid for the entire phone. Now they're like, okay, now give us back the phone, and then you can start paying on a new one. What? That's so stupid. Like Sprint's advertising that with their like flex lease, and it's like, so you want me to pay outright for the phone? You want me to pay for the phone, pay full retail price for the phone with no deals or discounts, and then once I'm done paying the $1,000 on that phone, you want me to give you back the phone so you can sell me another one and do the same thing over again? What? That's just throwing away money. That's just only for take advantage of the idiot consumer who just wants the convenience and doesn't want to have to worry about selling their phone, which is just ridiculous. I never even go on contracts anymore. My Note 5, which again my dad paid for it, and I kind of wish he hadn't, because he paid $1,400 for 2 Note 5s in 2017, early 2017. So the S7 Edge was still a newest phone, but nevertheless, he paid $1,400 for phones that he could have gotten in almost the same condition for half that, if that. And it's a bad idea. So all my phones I bought outright. I bought my Note 9 outright. Are you going to the Vacuum Cleaner Collectors Club in July? I messaged you. I said I might. I said that I still got to work out the kinks with that. It's entirely possible that I might be able to go, but it's like it's also possible that I might not be. It depends. But thankfully, that's a long ways away, so I do have enough time to plan it out and see if that works. Same thing with the hotel and everything. So that's all financial stuff I got to figure out. So it is what it is. I will let you know when I figure that out. Obviously, I still talk to you every single day. So yeah. Let's see. Well, buying two models ago is never a bad idea. That's very true. So, I mean, I bought the Note 5 when it. I mean, I guess if you include the Note 7 recall, then technically it was still the newest Note at the time. If you don't count the Note 7 because of the recall. But yeah, stay two models behind. I mean, I'm one model behind right now. I'm on the Note 9. Honestly, I could have kept my Note 8. Because I mean, I could have kept my Note 5 in all honesty, but my Note 5 was having some problems and I didn't really feel like fixing it. I wanted to get an upgrade, so I upgraded to the Note 7. And then I kept having issues activating it because Verizon was being a total pickle. And so I got a Note 8, and I could have kept that Note 8. There was nothing wrong with that Note 8, but I got a really good deal on a Note 9. I thought I'd make a good video, and I never ended up posting the video on the Note 8. But after I fix this one, I will. And yeah, so then I got the Note 9. I won an S9 Plus. Yeah, S9 Plus is a great phone. And it's a good deal now. The S8 Plus is probably a really good deal, and the S7 Edge is super cheap at this point, and the S6 Edge can be had for barely any money at this point. But yeah, so or I should probably want to. Well, if you were gonna get an S6, you probably want the S6 Edge Plus, since that would be a little bit, um, since that'd be bigger. Let's see. Let's see. Tell us to see the video. Oh, I was asking everyone else. Lol. Sorry about that. I misinterpreted what you said. I thought you were asking me. I'm like, dude, I already told you. Sorry. I mean, if you're not like specifying who you're talking to, I'm gonna assume you're talking to me because it's in my chat. But yeah. So just be like, hey, everyone, or are you going to the yeah? Because sorry about that. I misinterpreted that. No big deal. But yeah. So here's the S6 Edge. You can see it's very edgy. It feels just like the S6 Edge Plus, but it feels smaller. Wow, who would have thought, right? But yeah, I hate that after 3 years you can no longer get OS updates on Android. Yeah, that's true. Well, after 2 years you never get OS updates, but you get security updates. I wish Samsung had changed their update schedule and given the Note 5 and S6 Edge Plus Oreo, but they didn't. So it is what it is. I know you're gonna try to go. I was asking everyone else in the chat. Lol. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But yeah, everyone else in the chat, are you going to go to that vacuum convention? Because I might be more inclined to go if more people are going. More people that I know, at least. And the headphone jack removal. Oh, yeah. Well, the S9 has it. The S10 has it, too. But if you're worried about repairability, do not get the S10 because the charging port is soldered to the board. They fixed that with the Note 10, though, thankfully. But there's also no headphone jack. Although, I would rather have a phone with no headphone jack and have a separate charging port that I can replace than have one that has a headphone jack, but you can't replace the charging port on it. So I would definitely choose the Note 10. I mean, obviously I would choose the Note anyways, but I would choose the Note 10 on that reason alone. Even if it's like the smaller Note 10 versus the smaller S10. So yeah, like I would never want to keep an S10 because of that, because they're just such a pain to fix, and I can't imagine having to work on one. It'd be a pain with that display and everything. It'd be just such a pain. But yeah, so Danny Nand Kumar says, "What's up? I don't know who that is, but hello. I feel like a massive selling point was the headphone jack. Yeah, it was. People will probably buy AirPods instead of Galaxy Buds. What, for the Galaxy? No. Well, maybe. Depends on the people. Tempered glass body ruins it for me. Oh, you don't like the glass? Well, I mean, even this S6 Edge would be too much for you because that's glass on both sides. This is clearly someone who never used a case on their phone, and it's bent too. I don't know how that happened, how that bottom of the frame bent like that. I don't even see how that's possible, but it happened apparently. I probably should see if that still charges. See, it's cracked right along there. By the way, I also found out two new, well, they're not new anymore, but new animated series. They're called Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel. I'll only watch them if you're adults because they're kind of risky. But if you're an adult or if you're a person who doesn't care about that kind of thing, then they are really, really good shows. I've been watching them. Like, I watched the pilots the other day, and they're fantastic. Remember the whole phone bending in pocket memes? Yeah. I mean, I have an iPhone 6 Plus right here, but thankfully mine's, it's relative. It seems straight to me, or is it a little bit bent? It doesn't seem bent to me. I don't know. Is that like bent? Well, there's no way you'd be able. Well, actually, is it a little bit bent? It's really hard to tell. Obviously, if it was really bent, you'd be able to see it. But yeah, I don't think this is bent. And I have put it in my back pocket, although with a case. But yeah. Alex is going to bed, so good night. Good night. I feel like the iPhone 6 is the best bang for your buck on the Apple side. The 6S, not the 6. Do not buy the 6. Because like this, the 6 Plus, I mean, it's, considering that I paid $40 for it, it's good. Not even that, I paid $35 for it. And it also came with a case and a charger. So for $40, this 6 Plus is a great deal. But for $100, just save up a couple more bucks and get a 6S Plus. Which the 6S Plus is better in every single way. There's no reason to buy a 6 Plus over a 6S Plus if you can. And the difference is so minimal at this point. This is just so much slower. And also the bending, the touch disease, so many issues with this phone. It's honestly just not worth the risk. Unless you honestly just get one for a super good deal and you can chance it, you know. But yeah, but as far as actually using one, just get the 6S Plus. I will still do a review on this because my last 6 Plus review got kind of cut short because my 6 Plus died in the middle of the review and I got kind of angry and I didn't upload the video because I was kind of mad. But yeah. Anyways, Caden is going, so it does look bent. What? Oh well, $40. I'm not going to complain, even if it was bent. I don't see any bend. Your thoughts on off-brand Galaxies like the A50? I just had an A20, and it's a really good phone. It's not off-brand. It's just not a flagship. But yeah, those are pretty good. I also did a review on the J3 and J7, which for the price, those are wonderful phones. But yeah, Caden, I'll see you in the next live stream as well. And yeah. I'm on the J3 Prime. It's garbage. Really? J3 Prime seemed like a pretty decent phone. Or no, I'm thinking of J3 Orbit. Maybe the J3 Prime's a bit better. I'm thinking of upgrading to the A20. Yeah, I just had an A20. And yeah, the A20 is really good. I didn't have it long enough to do a review on it, but the A20 is a very solid phone, and I definitely do recommend it. Even though I wasn't able to do a full review on it. But yeah, I'll make sure I'll be here first. Okay. Yeah, if you want to try to be first to the live stream, that's fine. I try to stream at 8 o'clock whenever I do streams, but, you know, a couple minutes late tonight. A20 or S8? Well, if it's my money, I'm going S8. If it's my money, I'm going S8 for sure. Because S8 is better in every single way than the A20. You get a better camera, you get more RAM, you get a faster processor, you get a better build, even if it might be slightly less durable. You still get the same software, at least right now. I don't know if the A20 will get updated to Android 10. So even if the A20 does get Android 10, you're only one version behind because the S9 can go up to Android 9 Pie. So even still, like, the software is not a concern of mine because you're splitting hairs at that point, at least right now. So yeah. And also, are you talking normal S8 or S8 Plus? Because the A20 is more so the size of the S8 Plus. But even so, I'd still go with the S8. Unless you have a strict budget, you can't get the S8 Plus, and you really need a bigger screen, then maybe I would say A20. But for my money, I'm going S8 all day. Of course, you know me, I always buy notes, but if the choices are, I mean, you clearly said A20 or S8, I'm picking S8. So yeah, I would go for the S8. But if you can find the K20 for, if I save one more paycheck, I'll have enough for the S9 Plus. You'd also go for the Note 8. What about the Note 8 or the S8 Plus? Because you said S8. I'm assuming did you mean S8 Plus? Like, do you only buy plus size phones? I'm not sure because you didn't specify S8 Plus. Because the Note 8 has a better camera than the S8, and it also has, okay, S8 Plus. So the Note 8 is of course slightly bigger than the S8 Plus, but that's splitting hairs. The biggest thing with the Note 8 is the Note 8 has a better build, so it's stronger, it's more durable. It has the S Pen, obviously, which is a huge thing, but it also has the secondary lens, and it has 2 gigs more RAM. Because the S8 Plus has 4 gigs of RAM, the Note 8 has 6 gigs. So that's another thing. And that means the Note 8 has twice the RAM of the A20, because the A20 that I just had 3 gigs of RAM. I mean, if you're fine with 3 gigs of RAM, you can go all the way back to a Note 3 and still have 3 gigs of RAM. So yeah, I mean, I always recommend Notes. I always say go for the Note 8, but if you don't care about the Note and you'd rather go for an S series, maybe like the design of the S series a bit more, then yeah, I would say honestly, honestly, that's tough because yeah, the S9 is better, but is it really worth saving a whole nother paycheck just for that bit of an upgrade? Because the camera is a lot nicer on the S9 Plus, but the one in the S8 is still fantastic. So it's not really like bad if you go for the S8. Of course, the S9 um, should get Android 10, right? Yeah, because the Android 8, Android 9, Android 10, yeah. So the S9 Plus should get Android 10 if you care about that. How many megapixels is the S8 and the S9? They're both 12 megapixels. Every flagship Samsung phone, as far as I know, since the S7 has been 12 megapixels. But the S9 can do 4K 60. The S8 cannot. Or at least I know the Note variants can't, so I believe the S variants are the same way. Or was the Note 9, because I know the Note 9 does 4K 60, so I believe the S9 should too. I could be wrong though, I never owned an S9. I came this close to owning an S9. I had one on lease, not lease, but I was going to buy one at work, but it got sold. And it wasn't S9 Plus, it was a black standard S9. So, yeah. Glasses are foggy. The S10 Prism looks nice. Oh yeah, if you are gonna get the S8 or the S9, I always tell people to get the fancy colors. I mean, I know some people just like classic black or gray or silver or whatever, but or most people usually like black. But honestly, I always like the fancy colors. Whether it's the orchid gray or the lilac purple. Although I'm always a fan of blue phones for my personal daily driver. So, you know, the ocean blue or the, what's it called on the S9? I forgot what they call the blue on the S9, but they have a blue S9. And it's a darker blue than the blue on the S8. But they are both in blue. So, also message me. Unable to use Iris's phone restarted. Okay. See, no, if you decide, unfortunately, I'm going to be able to. S9 plus 280 refurbished. That's a good deal. I just spent 370, like, so 380 on a Note 9, mint condition open box Note 9, and you know, that was the purple one that I got for my dad. Well, I didn't buy it, but that's how much it cost. I was gonna buy it, but Dad was like, "No, I got it." I got the black Onyx Note 7. Pretty fancy, huh? Got that iris scanner. Boom. Opened up. Ever bought a fair condition phone? I try not to, because I'm kind of a stickler about condition. But I have before. And I usually don't like it. I would honestly, for a fair condition phone, I would honestly rather just buy one that's completely destroyed and then I can just put new parts on it and then make it brand new-ish. So, you know, I'd rather buy one that's in good condition, even if it's not mint. If it's got like a couple, like even something like this, where it's got like a few dents on it, on the frame, and some scratches on the back. This is already like, this is pretty much like the lowest I'll go as far as condition. Even this I'm kind of upset about, even though again I got this for $40, so I can't complain. But still, like this is even too much for me. Because if there's going to be damage on a phone, I want me to have been the one to have caused it. Right? So, but yeah, a lot of my other phones are in like really good condition. Obviously, this isn't mine, this S6 Edge. But I've got, obviously my Note 9 has a dent on the frame for whenever like some dumb kid slapped it out of my hand and it fell on concrete. But this S3 is in, like, if I unlock this, like this S3 is in perfect condition, minus this little tiny little nick right there. And then I got this S3, which the display's bad on it, so I need to fix that. Is T-Mobile Metro the same? Well, Metro runs on T-Mobile, but Metro is the prepaid version of T-Mobile. Kind of like how Boost is the prepaid Sprint, and how you know, AT&T and Verizon both have their own prepaid versions. But yeah, Metro is by T-Mobile. Like, it's called Metro by T-Mobile. It's not like Cricket or something where it like just uses the other carrier's network, but it's still a separate company. No, Metro is T-Mobile. So they, with that in mind, they are basically the same. So here's my hedgehog, by the way. He's a cutie. His name is Kibby. He smells good. Anyways, oop, I just dropped that. I got this Note 5 here that's in perfect condition. So I just got this. Like, this is brand new. Brand new, not a scratch on it. It even still has the sticker on it. So I have 3 Note 5s right now. I've got this one. I've got the AT&T one. And then I have the Sprint one. Fresh out of the box, new. It didn't come new, but it's in new. Oh, the only thing that isn't new about it, as far as, again, it didn't come in the box, but it's mint condition. The only thing that isn't new about it is there is a few scratches on the home button, which these home buttons were plastic, so they do scratch pretty easily, even if you treat the phone very well. I actually just noticed there is a few nicks on the top that I didn't even notice before. Wow, okay, so maybe it's not as new as I thought. But hey, if I just now noticed that, then obviously it's not a big deal because I've had this thing for like a few weeks now. And also, yeah, I have a lot of phones in front of me. And I also have my iPhone 6s, which I bought brand new. So obviously it's brand new condition because, well, I bought it brand new. And I haven't, well, I did drop it once, but it was in this case, so obviously it protected it. So I don't know if I want to wrestle this case off. This case will sometimes crack, but yeah. There we go. So there's brand new, mint condition iPhone 6s. Not a scratch on it. So that's pretty. And this is that 6 Plus. This is my 6S Plus. That's also in mint condition. No scratches or scuffs anywhere on it. Did it have some scratches on the screen? Nope. I don't see any scratches on the screen. So this 6 Plus actually does have a couple of scratches on the bottom of the screen that I didn't notice until now, because the white bezel really hides it pretty well. But I don't mind. Yeah, and then there's the 6S. And then here's my S7 that's in brand new condition, but the battery is expanded. So I need to replace the battery. I actually have it right here, so I'll be able to do that pretty much right now if I wanted to. But yeah, so this is in... Okay, Bissell fan, you're really starting to aggravate me, so you're getting put in a timeout. You're really annoying. Let's see, so... This S7's in perfect condition, minus the battery bloating up. Back still isn't cracked, though. But beyond that, it's in brand new condition. I don't see any scratches on the frame. Or on the home button. Even the home button's perfect. No scratches. So I just got to replace the battery and then seal the back panel back up, and it'll be brand new. This one did come in the box with all the accessories. The other thing is it's not running the old software. It's running Android 8 Oreo. So it is fully updated. This S7, however, is... this one is running Android 6. So this one has a tiny little crack on the back, but it's very minimal. You can't actually feel it. This has a little dent on the corner, like a little concrete scratch, and a couple of tiny scuffs on the home button. And that's about it. And this one is running Android Marshmallow, so this one is stock firmware, original firmware. So... But yeah, so that's also pretty good, and I'm running out of space here on this desk. Obviously, here's my Note 9. Got some cases and stuff. What other phones do I have? What do you get between the S9 and S9 Plus? Well, for the S9 Plus, you get... I heard you can hack Android 10 onto the S9 or S8. You can root it, install custom ROM on it. Just like any Galaxy phone. The difference between the S9 and the S9 Plus is the S9 Plus has a bigger screen, has a bigger battery, has a second camera lens, and has 2 gigs more RAM. So the S9 Plus has 6 gigabytes of RAM, whereas the S9 has 4. Which I think is kind of stupid considering the Note 8 had 6 gigs. I think the S9 should have had... Frankly, the Note 7... should have had 6 gigs of RAM. And then maybe the normal S8 could have done that like weird split where then the Plus had 6 gigs. And then the S9s should have all had 8 gigs. And then so now the jump up to 12 gigs doesn't seem so insane. especially since OnePlus has been doing that's basically what OnePlus has been doing. They've been shoving 6 gigs of RAM in their phones. They went up, from 3 to 4 to 6 to 8, to 10 to 12 now. So it's kind of ridiculous how Samsung hasn't kept up. They stated they barely increased the RAM for several years. The weird thing is how the S5 had 2 gigs of RAM when the Note 3 had 3. So the Note 3 is infinitely more usable nowadays than the S5 is. The S5 is still fine, but there's not much reason to get it over the S4 because they both have the same amount of RAM, the same amount of storage. Phones are becoming the miniature PCs in terms of specs. So yeah, I mean, the Note 9 is a straight up pocket computer. It's you can put 512, you can put a terabyte of storage in this, just like a desktop. I mean, heck, there are plenty of desktops you can still buy today that don't even have a terabyte of storage in it. And you can buy the 512 gig version of this, and you'll have 8 gigs of RAM, just like even a decent laptop nowadays would have, and put another 512 gig card in there. This is a legit PC. It even has a little mouse that you can pull out of it and use to interact with it. It's just crazy. So I have the 6 gig of RAM, 128 gig version. That's perfectly fine for me. So I don't really have any reason to get the higher end version. Although it is possible that in the future, if I don't want to upgrade past the Note 9, I may upgrade to the 512 gig version. But I don't see that happening. At the very least, even if I got one, I still probably wouldn't make the effort to switch to it because I'm already all set up on this one. So yeah, and this obviously has my D-brand skin on it, and it's just, I've made it mine effectively. So, for security, use your PIN to unlock your phone, use your fingerprint next time. Okay. Let's see. Oh, 5G seems like a scam to me. Well, I'm sure back whenever LTE came out, people said that it was a scam compared to 4G, and same thing with going from 3G to 4G. But yeah, so let's see, what other phones do I have? I have the Galaxy S8 Plus, which has a couple tiny little cracks on the screen, but it does still work. So this one needs a new screen, obviously. So this S8 Plus needs a new screen. This one also is on the stock firmware, though. This one's still on Android 7. I did have a normal S8 that was on Android 7 that I did a review with. I actually did a review on that phone, but I cracked the screen on it, and I decided to just sell it as is. I kind of regret it. I kind of should have kept it, but I needed the money at the time, so it is what it is. And that's not S8 Plus is better, so between the two, I would rather have the S8 Plus. The S8 was the Orchid Gray, and it was locked to AT&T. I think, yeah. But this one's an unlocked one. Or no, this is locked to Verizon, I think. And it also is black instead of Orchid Gray. The black still is okay. The Note 8 that I have to fix is also black. So they will match each other. But the Note 8 is on Android 9. This is still on Android 7. As you can see when I unlock it. The icons and everything, that's all Android 7. Although those icons, I believe, are also on Android 8. But this is indeed Android 7. You can kind of see there, and you can really see how bad the cracks are. So it is pretty bad. So that needs to be fixed, obviously. And then I also have, as far as my working phones, I also have an S4, an S5, an iPhone 4S. Here's the 4S. Because you just mentioned the 3G as the 3G and not being able to run 4G networking. We actually have a 3G in at work for $20, and I'm debating on getting it to do a video on. But I still haven't done a video on the 4S yet. I'm actually not sure if it's a 3G or a 3GS, but it's one of the two. But yeah, you have so many phone. Oh yeah, imagine having yeah. So you can't even activate these phones anymore because they're not 4G. Now a lot of the carriers are being dicks and trying to say that oh you can't activate anything lower than like a 6 or a 6S. Because they're like oh well they're too old. It's like no they're not. That doesn't mean anything. They're still using the same technology. The iPhone 5 and the iPhone 11 Pro Max connect to the network in the exact same way. There's no difference. They are both running on 4G LTE. So there is no reason why, if you can activate an 11 Pro Max, you can't activate an iPhone 5. So let's see, repairing something I can never bring myself to do. I have a Fifi Orbit from Samsung. No, I mean S7. Yeah, S7's still really good. This thing is just so tiny. I can fit this entire thing in my hand and wrap all the way around it. But yeah, this thing's still. Oh, I just turned it on. Ha ha ha. And this is in mint condition. This 4S. This is one that I fixed a while ago. Uh, what was wrong with this? Did this need a new display? I forgot. I think it was just something software related. I don't think it was iCloud locked or anything. But yeah, I did a video where I smashed an old iPhone 4S. But yeah, so the three cameras on the phone thing is kind of cool. Hello, Intelitech. Can I ask a question? Well, you technically just did, so no. But yeah, here's the iPhone 4S. You can see that LCD display. This has taken a long time to boot up. This is on iOS 9, so that's why it's taking 40 years to boot up. There it is. Slide to unlock. So there it is. Oh, you can see the IR light. What is that? iPhone is not activated. Contact your carrier if this problem continues to occur. Well, there's no SIM card in it, so obviously it's not activated. But yeah, so there it is. iPhone 4S. I still have the original Galaxy Note as well. So I've been thinking about doing a comparison video between the original Galaxy Note and the iPhone 4S. But, nah. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. The battery's surprisingly good on this too. It's at 84% right now. And yeah, it's still in pretty decent shape. So I have that. I got the S4. So this S4 I built out of parts. I bought a bunch of S4 parts, and out of it I managed to build a fully functional Galaxy S4. But yeah. But yeah, so this still works perfectly. It is on Android Lollipop, so it is fully updated. So it's not a part of my Galaxy phones on the old firmware club. At least not yet. I'm sure I can downgrade this, but we'll see. Do you sell phones as a business? I do. I just sold a Note 5 yesterday, for example. So although a lot of these phones, like I've fixed so many phones that there are some of these where I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this one, and then I kind of end up with like a bunch of phones. So yeah, I still have a huge pile of phones to fix. Like I still got a pile of S4s somewhere. I actually don't know where that is. I know I have a pile of S4s somewhere. And then I have this top drawer is full of all of my broken phones. This is kind of heavy, so it's pulling my little thing, my thing forward. But yeah, so here I've got in this bad phone bin, I've got some cheap LG phones. I've got a couple of Notes. I've got a Note 8, a Note 4. I do also have that broken Note 2, but that's not in this bin. I have two Note 4s actually in this bin, and a Note 7. So I've got 5 Galaxy Notes. Wait a minute. So Note 8, Note 7, two Note 4s, and then the Note 2. So I have 5 currently broken Galaxy Notes. And yeah, seems like a lucrative side hustle. Yes, it is. Same thing with the vacuums and the computers, but mostly the phones and the vacuums. Obviously, I need to sell some vacuums because I have way too many vacuums. But yeah, so I also, this is something I just got. So one of my dad's coworkers, I just fixed his Note 9, so I still have his old Note 9 screen, which does still work. The cracks are very minimal on it. So you can see it's got some cracking on it, but it's not bad. The screen still works perfectly, so this will make a fantastic test display. So that this will make a very, very nice test display for fixing Note 9s in the future. But yeah, so I do have a not a replacement Note 9 display, because obviously I put the replacement Note 9 display on his phone, and I also have a new back panel for a Note 9 that I bought just in case I cracked his, but I didn't, so I do still have that as well. So I can fix a Note 9. I can fix the back of a Note 9, and also make it functional with this display if I wanted to, or just use it as a test display. So that's in my parts bin as well. And there's also a few like low end phones, like a lot of like random. There's like a couple random LG phones, ZTE, CoolPad, which apparently is a phone brand. And there's also a few S4s in here, and some like other lower end Samsung phones. And what phone is that? That's also an S4. So I have two. Yeah, three Galaxy S4s in the bad parts bin. And Firefox updates available. No. How hard is it to fix a phone? It depends on the phone. There are some phones that are really easy to fix, and there are some that are an absolute pain and that I just refuse to even work on. Like if I had to do a charging port replacement on an S10, I would never do that because I don't have the tools for micro soldering, which you would need in order to replace a charging port on one that's soldered to the board and not on a separate daughter board that you can just replace. So, yeah. And there's some things I can't do because I don't have the tools. Like every time my iPhone 6 Plus got touch disease, I had to just write it off as a loss because I don't have the equipment required to resolder the pad necessary to fix touch disease. And even if you do resolder that pad, the failure rate is still very, very high. And for something that's not worth as much nowadays, it's just not worth it. So if this thing gets touch disease, I'm kind of screwed. And I just kind of have to sell it as is. So I'm hoping this one doesn't touch disease. Especially, I've also had 2 iPhones stolen, which was not fun. But now I know not to meet people in seedy places in all hours of the night for fairly obvious reasons. So, yeah. But yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so I have a ton of phones I still need to fix, and a few of them that. Oh yeah, and then as far as my working phones, yeah, so I got all those, and I got like some batteries. I got some dummy phones as well. Like I've got a dummy S4 and 2 dummy Note 7s. I'm not sure where the dummy S4 is. Somewhere around here. Oh yeah, and then I also have this mint condition Galaxy S6, which is also on the original firmware. However, there is a small dent near the headphone jack because I dropped it. And yeah. So that's fun. I think that's every phone that I have. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. Oh yeah, and then also all the phones that I have in boxes, which are just all notes. So I have a Note 1, 2 Note 4s. All the Note 5s are out here, but the Sprint Note 5's in the box. Um, and then another Note 7. I'm getting very annoyed that there are people just making YouTube channels just to request things from me. So the fact that you're taking time to make new channels just to spam my chat is very frustrating. Let's see, old Androids may bend, but they never break. Yeah, the S4 actually had some problems with bending. Like I could bend this right now fairly easily. And usually when they do bend, the AMOLED panel shatters. So so the S4 does bend pretty easily. I think actually maybe the S3 does too. I don't know. Does the S3 bend? No, the S3 does not bend. The S3 is very strong. Well, actually, if you do it this way, it bends a little bit. But bend it this way, the S3 is a tank. And obviously, the S6 The S6 doesn't bend. Actually, it bends a tiny little bit. It flexes, but it doesn't break. The S7s don't bend at all. I did bend this a little bit, so I want to make sure it still works. Yes, it does. That would suck if I just broke it. But yeah, so the S6 bends a tiny little bit, but not enough to really be a concern. Whereas the iPhone 6, and especially the 6 Plus, bends to the point where it is a concern. Like yeah, like this thing can bend a little bit pretty easily. The bending isn't actually the issue with the iPhones. The issue with the iPhones is that they actually completely kill the screen and have motherboard damage because of the bend. Because like a phone bending and bending back into place is no big deal, but a phone bending and being permanently bent with normal use and also causing like permanent damage to the motherboard, that's a problem. So everyone acts like, oh, it's just the bending, but all these phones bend. No, it wasn't the bending. The problem is that the phone actually dies with the slightest bit of flexing because the casing is so weak, and that's a problem. But yeah, so here's that S6. Have a screen protector on it, but it has a little bubble in it. Power off. This is a straight talk phone. But yeah, so that's that. But yeah. iPhones run apps smoother and have cleaner interface. I'm always so confused on Android. Well, that's kind of weird because here's my iPhone 6 Plus and it stutters like crazy, whereas my Note 4, my international Note 4, doesn't do that. The Snapdragon Note 4 that I have, the Sprint one, and the Verizon one in the past, are about the same as the 6 Plus in terms of the lag, but whenever the 6 Plus lags, you notice it a lot more than you do on the Note. But yeah, so they honestly seem about the same to me. The difference in the performance between iPhones and Androids, at least for the past 5, 6, 7 years, has honestly been pretty much the same between the two. As far as they both jitter occasionally about the same amount. There really is no like, oh, it's just so much better than the other one. They're just very close. But yeah, well, brother, I have school tomorrow. Well, I will see you next time, and I hope you sleep well. I'll probably stop streaming in a couple minutes. Actually, I'll probably stop streaming now because there's only a couple people watching. Anyway, guys, this was the stream for the night. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.